and how it's shaping today's society. How many of us can go a day without sending or receiving a text message? In reality, not many of us. In Western Europe alone, they send over 1 billion text messages in 1 month. Texting is here to stay. It's a new and easy form of communication. It can be done virtually anywhere. Texting has begun to shift its way into our society by, first of all, it being an easy, fast, new, and somewhat efficient way of communication. Second of all, is that society is beginning to develop something called a texting etiquette, which is being implemented everywhere. And third of all, is that it's developing into its own language. First, let me start off by telling you why it's such an easy and fast form of communication. We have developed something called T9, which I don't know if many of us use it in this room, but it's very popular. It's a way of text messaging where they kind of guess the word that you're trying to text next. So it's easy, fast, and efficient. As Americans, we're in a fast-paced society. We want it all. We want it all now, including information and answers to questions. And text messaging helps provide this. A European teen once said, when I'm texting someone, it's just what I want to say. I don't have to wait for a whole conversation just to get my answer. And many of us still enjoy text messaging for that reason. We don't have to carry on a long 2-hour conversation to beat around the bush and get the answer to the question that we want. How many of us have seen people texting while driving, walking, in class, at the gym? The reason that is because there are places where answering in the phone would be inappropriate. Like when you're in class, you're not supposed to be on your phone anyway, but we all usually revert to text messaging as a way to kind of get around that roadblock. A survey done, another way text messaging has become so important in society is parents like text messaging. They think of it as another tool to keep an eye on their children. A survey done by AT&T said parents enjoy view text messaging as a good way to stay connected with their kids. They also like it because it contributes to the connection that they have. The fact that no matter where their kids are, there's usually some way they can text message. Another way is texting etiquette. While we all know that there's some basic rules about text messaging that all of us already know, there is the fact that we shouldn't be text messaging while driving, while in the classroom, or while out with other people. And according to an article called Etiquette for Electronic Mail, if you text while at work, it shows a complete lack of disrespect, not only for the work that you're doing, but also to your employer. Many of us have learned either that the hard way by being written up because we're texting, and many of us have also seen that while in the classrooms. Teachers have seriously frowned upon it. Teachers have seriously frowned upon it because it shows a complete lack of disrespect to them and their time and to your education. So when you guys are thinking about texting in class, I know a lot of us have been guilty of it, including myself. We should think again just because it's rude and inconsiderate to do it. And as time evolves, text messaging rules and etiquette will change like anything else. It's such a new technology that even finding out some of this information was very, very hard because of the fact that it's still something very new, especially in the US. And finally, text messaging language, which is my personal favorite. How many of us have actually seen the commercial where it says, IDK, my BFF, Mary. Yes. Texting language has actually become, a lot of people actually speak it now. It's actually been a while, it's actually been around for a while, like people instead of saying barbecue will go BBQ. So that's one example of how long it's been around. But there's like a lot of little sayings like IDK, LOL, LMAO, and my personal favorite, OMG. It's kind of funny just to see the way society is moving. A lot of people have been accused of writing memos and other things in the business world using this text messaging language, or shorthand as they like to call it in the business world, which is very inappropriate. And I don't know how many of you guys have actually gotten caught up when writing a paper using the shorthand because you know what you want to say, but you kind of forget to write it all out. So that's another influence that text messaging is having on a society. I also was walking by an elementary school the other day, and I heard a little kid say, IDK, well, G2G, my mom's here, TTYL, as they waved, like, walking off of, you know, the little sidewalk. And I'm thinking to myself, is this what society has been coming to? Little kids are walking around saying texting acronyms instead of actually full words. So it's kind of an interesting concept. Finally, in conclusion to it all, texting is here to stay in our society as of now. It's our fast new form of communication. It's semi-efficient. It can be done anywhere, and it can keep the world connected. And